Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show Expresso on SABC3. Now, our vital expert, Andre Duplessis, went to go visit a young man called Jason Van Slot. And he's remarkable as a young man because he's managed to overcome the challenges, not only the mental challenges, but the physical challenges of living with cystic fibrosis as he prepares for one of his greatest challenges yet. Take a look at this.
Jason Van Slot is living with cystic fibrosis. His parents were told he wouldn't live to see his teens, and now he's an active and passionate cyclist. To celebrate his 20th year of life, Jason is riding in the 2015 Cape Epic to raise funds and awareness and inspire others with this genetic condition.
He was diagnosed at 8 months, where we found out that he had cystic fibrosis. And we were then told he had 10 years to live, which was quite a shock. You know, just you've got a son and I dreamt of running with him one day, you know.
Well, I can imagine it must have been a big shock for you and your family. What advice can you give to other parents whose children are newly diagnosed?
The important thing is to live life. You only have one life. Live it to the full and don't let it limit you. A CF child must live 100%, eat 100%, sleep 100%, and the most important thing, exercise 100%.
Well, clearly Jason is very passionate about cycling and highly driven. What do you do to support him?
We've been training a lot together, and it's like these long Sunday rides. He's riding with a bunch of old men all the time, but it's fantastic to share that special time with him. It's wonderful to have that friendship and kinship together.
Cystic fibrosis is caused by a faulty gene. The gene controls the movement of salt and water in and out of cells, so the lungs and digestive system becomes clogged with mucus, making breathing and digestion difficult.
I was just chatting with your dad and hearing this amazing story of your health and this whole journey that you've been through. And I believe there was an incident where you were reprimanded, and that was quite a memorable moment.
I was about 3 years old and my dad gave me a hiding because I was using CF as an excuse. But when he gave me the hiding, it was an opportunity for me not to use CF as a barrier, and from then, in a way you could say I was free from thinking of myself as having limits or because I wasn't allowed to do anything, and it was just simply that's the way it is.
Cystic fibrosis requires constant treatment and medication to manage the condition. Because it affects digestive function, medication like Creon has to be taken before each meal so Jason can get nutrition from his meals, and a nebulizer helps to open the airwaves and delivers antibiotics to the lungs.
Now, I know you're preparing for an epic mountain bike race in the Cape, and I must say I admire you. Tell me more about that.
Every morning, every evening, I take my heart rate, and if it's above 60 beats, simply I don't ride that day because I have to make sure that I will be recovered so that I don't get sick so I can carry on with my training. When I'm training and riding, every half an hour I have to eat, and then while you're busy riding, you have to remember every half an hour, okay, I'm take my meds and take Creon, so you're busy riding, taking it, and after a ride of 8 hours, when you're quite tired, it's quite hard to remember everything like that.
Exercise helps to clear mucus from the lungs for CF sufferers, and Jason hopes that his cycling will be a source of encouragement, help and inspiration for others with cystic fibrosis.
I was having a tri-monthly checkup, which comprises of a lung test, and to make it more appealing to young kids, there's a little house with 3 little pigs, and you have to pretend you're the big bad wolf and you have to blow down the house. And there was this little kid, he was about 5 years old, and he came up to me while I was busy doing it, and he was like, can you please show me the pigs? And then I blew it over, and he was just like amazed to see these little pigs, because he'd never been able to do it himself. And I feel that by showing him that you can blow down the house and see the little pigs, that he can do it himself. And from that day on, I realized that I can hopefully make a difference to somebody's life.
Well, I think with support like this, your race will be a huge success, so good luck.
Thank you.
Jason doesn't allow his condition to define him and actively chooses to be positive. In his own wise words, the strongest muscle in your body is the one between your ears.
The Vital Foundation funds organizations fighting women and child abuse. If your organization requires funding assistance, apply at vitalfoundation.coza before the 28th of February 2015.